this amendment, got it actually yesterday, and yesterday evening late, took it home last night, got to read it. I actually got up this morning first. We had a meeting scheduled with Mayor Dean and Beth Harwell this morning at 8:45, so I immediately tried to call them to see if they had read the bill, because I thought it was a significant change from what they had originally proposed, and we simply asked them to roll this bill and let us have time to digest the whole meaning of what they're trying to do, and make sure we're all on the same page. But she said she would think about it for about 30 minutes and she'd come back and decide to move forward. So we're obviously highly disappointed. It creates really a have-not situation in Tennessee's public schools now. This panel they have, it could be the death panel for public schools. So we're real concerned about that. So we're really asking you the questions you might have. All right, Michael, do you want to make a statement on it? Just or y'all just answer questions, whatever y'all want to do.
I think Chairman Turner's correct. I don't think calling it the death panel for public schools is inappropriate if you look at the actual language of the bill.
Mark.
This panel is carefully designed to ensure that taxpayers are denied control over their schools. Once this panel is in place, if this bill passes, a taxpayer in Davidson County could see half his or her school budget controlled by this panel, yet would have no ability to affect the panel's decision. Even electing a new governor would not change the panel, because this, unlike the State Board of Education, is not appointed by the governor. It's in fact structured so that no governor can come in and regain control over the school budget. It's specifically crafted, obviously, by lawyers who have thought very carefully about it to ensure that certain out-of-state charter organizations have more power over charter schools in this state than the governor of Tennessee. And happy to talk about the exact language of the bill. This bill takes away from taxpayers power over any major chartering decision, from the decision to close a charter school to the decision to fund a charter school, and it is really the most extraordinary power grab that I've seen in the legislature since I've been up here.
You know, and my concern with this is it's a solution looking for a problem. Currently, Davidson County approves charters over the last 2 years at a rate of 44%. The national average of approving charters is 34%. So I've asked, why are we doing this? We're doing this, because maybe a certain charter school was disapproved in Davidson County, and a few people who supported that didn't like that. But in the negotiations, I think the Davidson County, Metro School Board offered up a 10% cap on this, and that's more than $70 million per year. That was not enough. So my concern as a Metro councilman and having the responsibility of a budget, it's going to create such a financial burden upon our taxpayers in Davidson County, as Representative Stewart said, that has no limits. No matter what comes, if they approve it, we've got to fund it. And I cannot cut anything from these charter schools. I've got to be able to cut it from the public schools. And that's not right. As Chairman Turner said, we're creating haves and have-nots. With this legislation, if you're in a charter school, you have no risk of being cut. But if you're in public school, you could get cut drastically, because I've got to fund these charter schools at 100%. So Metro taxpayers last year just had a significant property tax hike. The supporters of this legislation need to tell the taxpayers of Davidson County how they're going to pay for these charter schools.
Well, at least other districts are